Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Sunset Safari and our Safari Search. My name is Byron, and with me is Ali and Tristan, of course, and then the three cameramen, VM, Senzo, and of course, Fergs. Now, as you know, we are live, so send us your questions and comments, and we're going to need a lot of your help this afternoon with our Safari Search. We've got clues, but you are all going to be involved too. So we're going to still try and look for animals. However, we are going to include all these clues and our little treasure Safari Search hunt. Whatever, exactly. All right. Okay, so here it is. These are the clues that have been given to us by the powers above. So let's and Kirsty, Kirsty who, and James. Was this James? Oh dear. So I think James had something to do with it. All right. Ooh.
It's upside down.
Ooh, okay. Safari Search TM. Rules. Presenters must unlock next clue by showing us an animal on screen before opening the next clue at destination. Each presenter must show a different animal. A viewer must announce the answer before you can start your vehicle to move on. Find one animal before opening clue one. Okay, so we need to find an animal. Wildebeest. I found one. I found one.
It's very wildebeest.
No, you need.
It is. It's got to be a different animal.
So I've just found wildebeest, and I think I've won. And we're very fortunate, obviously.
Who's the only one plugged in? Is it not
I may open my clue. Excuse me. Let me jump back in. I can open my clue. Clue 2. What? Oh, never mind. Clue 1. You. All right. May I start driving though, Kirst? Oh no, people have to answer it first. All right. I spy with. Okay, let me read this to you. I spy with my little eye something beginning with D. Find 2 animals before opening clue 2. Okay, so I spy with my little eye something beginning with a D. I think it's above us. We're going to have to... I'm just going to give you clues and you need to send us the answer. I'll give you a clue. I think Fergus is involved with this. So quickly send in your answers. Hashtag Safari Live. All right, well, it sounds like Ali has found something. Let's go across to Ali.
We did. We've got our first animal that will allow us to open the first clue, and I might forget all the game rules, but this is a lilac-breasted roller. Kurs, can I open my clue now? Alrighty. This is so pretty. I don't want to destroy it, but... Alright. Humpty Dumpty sat on a tree. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put put Humpty's hip together again. So this is hilarious, actually. If you guys know what this tree might be or where potentially this could be, then please feel free to send us the clues by using the hashtag Safari Live. Now I'll give you a clue. Kurs, can I give everyone a clue? Or is everyone already... Alright, this is one of the most prominent trees of Djuma, and the person that fell is one of our very, very tall presenters that has not been here for a while. He's actually been on the other side of the African continent in the Mara, and he had quite a funny fall from this tree, one that should be recorded for eternity. So I'm sure that's the one that we're looking at. Alright, in the meantime, while everybody thinks about it, let's head over to Byron, as I think he might have the answer to his first clue.
Well, I thought I had the answer, but I definitely don't. So I've been told it is not the drone. So we'll have to look around and see what else it might be. Okay, well, Tristan's managed to find his first animal. Let's go across to him now and see what it is and let him tell you his clue.
Indeed, we do have an animal which is disappearing quickly in the long grass. So there goes our warthog that is running off of quarantine. In fact, 2 of them. So that means we can open our first clue, which is good news. So we're going to try and open that bad boy up and see what's going on. Also, it is a very warm welcome and a warm hello. As Byron mentioned, my name's Tristan, and on camera I've got Fergus, who's struggling a little bit with the drone this afternoon. The drone is not playing nice, so hopefully we'll get that up and running. Right, Kirsty, what do you got for us? Let's have a look. The first place Byron saw Tingana on Safari Live. Oh, goodness. How would I know? I wasn't even working at Safari Live at that point. But okay, so you guys are going to have to help me. You guys are all going to have to help me. Clue 1 is going to go in the bin over there for now. You guys are all going to have to tell me where, or was it where Byron saw Tingana for the first time? Is that what it was? Where? I think it was where. Let's make double check. The first place, yes. Where Byron saw Tingana for the first time. Like I say, I wasn't working here at the time when Byron did his first few drives here. And so I don't think that we will be able to find that without your help at all. So remember, hashtag Safari Live. So that's the road we're going to travel. We're going to be heading down towards Chitwa. While we do that, I'm going to send you back across to Ali, who I think has got an answer to her first clue.
Right, well, another clue about this particular tree is a tree that grows in a very contorted way, almost like the branches are normally like this, and it's an easier way to spot it or to identify it. Also, it's very famous because it's got a little seed that you can burn, or it's almost not a seed, but the fruit that you can burn it throughout the night, and it burns very, very slowly. So actually, it's preferred by people almost to use as a lantern. And I think, Kirst, am I allowed to use a name that's not as common for the tree? All right, it's also known as the green thorn, so that'll help. Oh, look at Byron go! Lucky Byron. Alrighty, Byron got lucky. So anyway, it's also known as the green thorn, so I'm sure we're not asking for scientific names. So if you got the answer, just send it through using the hashtag Safari Live so that you can help us move on to our next clue, which is a little bit further away than the one that Byron got. No, not marula, not jackalberry. It's another one that you get very, very commonly at Djuma. Now, I'm sure that if you type green thorn synonyms, something like that will appear somewhere on the Google universe. What other clue can I give you? The elephants don't like to eat it that much. They eat it, and that's not their favorite one. So marula tree is definitely out. Robin, Torchwood, yes! Let's go! Woohoo! We can go into the next one. So Torchwood was the winner. And Torchwood is the tree that Brent Leo Smith fell from. I think probably just over 2 years ago, or just a year ago. And I think somebody even did a slow-mo of his fall, and it was one of the best sightings. Although, I don't know how he didn't kill himself, because he fell from quite a height, and with his hip problem, he got lucky. Right, let's see what else we can find around in our way to the beautiful Torchwood. Very happy. Well done, Robin, for getting Torchwood. And I'm actually quite excited that the first clue was a tree. So, yay. I think it's all meant to be. Hopefully we'll be able to at least make the boys run for it. Won't we, Senzo? We will make them run for it. Alright, seems like Byron is ahead of us though, and he is at his next clue. So let's head over to him and find out what it is.
Aaron, well done. Thank you very much. It was Dam Cam. Our clue led us to the Dam Cam, so we are around here. And we've managed to spot so where's the Dam Cam? There's the Dam Cam. And remember, so Kirst, just quickly, let's clarify. Am I right in saying the clue is to lead us to the next position? So the clue will be the place that we have to go to. Is that correct? I'm just making sure we get it correct. But in the meantime, we have to find 2 animals before we open this clue. One over there, a beautiful elephant. The elephants are definitely going to help us today. There we go. Enjoying marula fruit as always. And let me reposition for us quick, VM. And then Egyptian geese at the dam over there. And there we go. Some lovely Egyptian geese enjoying the dam, the water. So I assume I'm allowed to open the second clue. All right, here we go, everyone. The second clue. High, not low. Over, not under. Forwards, not backwards. And then find 3 animals before opening clue 3 at destination. So, high, not low. Over, not under. Forwards, not backwards. Oh, that's tricky. Well, in the meantime, let's see if we can get another view of that elephant. Where did he go? Did he move off? He might have moved back to the top there. I'm going to drive. I'll stay in this area, but let's just go and we might as well go and spend some time with that elephant while you think of that clue. High, not low. Over, not under. Forwards, not backwards. I wonder where that could be. Wonder what it could be. Sure, it's really hot this afternoon. It's about 32 degrees Celsius. Very, very warm afternoon. The air is quite muggy, I think, because of all the humidity. Suze, you got it already? Go across the damn wall. Okay, well, we're right here. So, I'm just trying to think if those guests are out on drive. I think they are. Let's go across the damn wall. No, I'm just having a look if the guests are out of camp. Always wait for the guests from Djuma to be out of camp, but I think I did hear them out on drive already. Just going to double check quickly. Yeah, no one is there. Well done, Suze. Thank you very much. So, the high, not low, over, not under, forwards, not backwards. The dam wall. So let's go across the dam wall. But now we need to find 3 animals along the way before we can open clue number 3. Sure. This is quite fun. This is exciting. Something very different. And I hope all of you are enjoying it. Did you see a bird? There we go. That's one animal. A hornbill. Which one is it? I can't see in the shade. Red-billed hornbill. You can see it looks like it's quite hot with the... another one just flew in. I can hear a Franklin. Let's have a look. We should get some... We should get quite a few animals around here. I'm going to have a look. But let's go across to Ellie. Apparently she is trying to find an animal.
We are trying to find an animal without that much success. We are very close to where the Torchwood is that Brent fell from. So I'm hoping that it'll at least be a little impala somewhere. This road has been full of elephants the last few days, and of course the minute you need an elephant herd, that's the second that they're not going to be around. But I am hoping that maybe your 2 animals will be 2 leopards. Why not? Here's to hoping. I'll wait a little bit longer if those are 2 animals. Where are the mongoose as well? Mongoose would be a good one, or a bird. Come on, animals. Yoo-hoo. Seems like a lot of little things, but nothing really that is big enough for us to put on camera. We shall carry on trying. I am hoping that as we get closer to the Torchwood, there will be something there. Sansa, if you see an animal, shout. Alright, seems like our search is not going that well, so while we carry on looking for more animals, let's head over to Tristan.
Well, our search is only just beginning. We had some technical issues that we had to sort out very quickly, and so we've only just got started. Now, there are 2 birds that are sitting there, so before we can get to our next destination, we need to find 2 animals. So there's a whole bunch of yellow-billed hornbills that are eating termites, so they are having an absolute field day. There's termites all over the place, and they are just cleaning up, so they're getting stuck in. It's I wonder if it's not the same family that Byron and Ali have had on the termite mounds around quarantine. Looks like them. You can also see that their beaks are open because they're panting at the moment. Now, there was another kind of bird that was here. In fact, Fergus, I'm going to test you. Do you think you can get that butterfly that's zooming on along there? Going to be tough, sorry, Ferg. But there is a brown-veined white. So that's the brown-veined white over there that's fluttering about. Do I get... Oh, it's actually, sorry, it wasn't a brown-veined white. It actually looks like an African migrant. So that's all good. Now, Aaron, you were the one that helped us out because I had no idea about my first clue and many others didn't either. And you said that Byron's sighting was at the old hyena den. So I'm going to need to get to the old hyena den before I'm allowed to open this clue. So let's not waste too much time. And so while I get there, I believe Byron, who is on to his third clue already, has found himself a feathered friend.
Well, this is our second animal for clue number 3. We need one more afterwards, a beautiful woodland kingfisher. But have a look again. Both the hornbill and the woodland kingfisher have got their beaks open. And that is to cool themselves. As I said, it's really hot today. And what they do is, it's something known as gular flutter. I'm sure most of you have heard about it before. They open their beaks and they've got a gular flap in their mouth. And with the breeze blowing over that flap, it helps cool the body temperature of the bird. So it's known as gular flutter. And that's what that woodland kingfisher is doing at the moment, trying to stay cool. It's even sitting in the shade. Very clever bird. Okay, let's try... Shall we try one more? We need one more, and I'm sure we're going to get it fairly quickly. I can hear quite a few birds here. Okay, well, let's give Ellie a chance. She's managed to find an animal.
We had 2 birds and they've both flown away.
Now, there's a squirrel alarming somewhere on the street, which I would also really like to fight. But also can't seem to find the squirrel or to place it on the tree. Alright.
This is a tree that Brent fell from. This is the torchwood that he magically fell from. I'm actually not even sure how he managed to get all the way up there, to be quite honest. And it's a beautiful tree, and you get it quite commonly all around Djuma. Okay, you found the squirrel. Yay! Now there's the squirrel. At least we got one of our animals down. And it's looking roughly in the direction that we are, so that makes me puzzle a little bit. But there's also a sense, I don't know if you can see it all the way there, there's a bird of prey that's also flying all the way there, and that would make our second animal at least. There we go. Now I'm not too sure what bird of prey it is, but we have been allowed by the game master to open our next clue. I'm interested. I would suppose that it's perhaps a tawny eagle or something along those lines, or more like a wildebeest, but I can't really tell as it's a little bit too far away. And the squirrel is definitely not alarming at it. So I'm going to open the new clue, and hopefully we'll be able to move a little bit quicker. And then we're going to go and investigate around this area. Now, clue number 2, a Hollywood home. Now we have to find 3 animals before opening clue number 3 when we get there. A Hollywood home. I think that this has to do with a very important character that lives in a hole in a tree. But while everybody thinks and ponders about that one, we are going to head back to Byron, who seems to be doing very well.
Wow, now have a look at this. First time I've seen one of these birds on Safari Live. It is a dusky indigo bird. If you look very closely, it's difficult to see the legs, but the dusky indigo bird, and I'll show you shortly, has got a whitish beak, and pink legs. All reddish to pink legs. That is beautiful. I have not seen one of the indigo birds for quite some time. For some reason, they do all occur in this area. And I'll show you what I mean by the coloration. There we go. I hope that's alright for you. Is that okay? There we go. See those slightly orange legs and that beautiful white beak? The dusky indigo bird. That's beautiful. I've not seen one of these on Safari Live before. The other ones, I'll just show you the other ones that we see on the purple indigo bird in this area I'm talking about. But that one has got a white beak and white legs. That's the purple indigo bird. And then the other one is the village indigo bird. And that has got a red beak and red legs. There we go. So those are the ways in which you can identify them. But that's great. What a great bird for clue number 3. Now we can open clue number 3. Okay, so let me just quickly read the clue while I make my way to the end of the dam. Clue number 3. The only place bush babies are allowed to drink at. Oh, find 4 animals before opening clue number 4. The only place bush babies are allowed to drink at. Come on everyone, we're doing well. Let's go across to Tristan and see where he is.
Well, through that gap there is where the hyena den is. I haven't gone all the way to the hyena den, just given that it is a cul-de-sac, and I'd have to come all the way back round and to this road anyway. So we shall open clue number 2, because that's where Byron had a Tingana, so we're allowed to, because we had the hornbill, and what else did we show? Something else that we showed. Oh, the butterfly, that's right. Cool. So clue number 2 is a weaver wove into the pachyderm's head, but it was already dead. Weaver wove into the pachyderm's head, but it was already dead. Okay, I'll think about this. I might have an idea of where that is. We'll have to find 3 animals on our way to where I think it is anyway. But remember, you can help us out and try and give us an idea of exactly where that is. I wonder if it is where I think it is. We'll start slowly heading in that way. Hopefully we will find some animals and birds along the way. An animal would be nice because we've been hammering the birds a little bit. So it would be nice to have some leopards and maybe some lions and elephants and all kinds of other things in amongst all of this. Of course, it's going to be one of those days where it's going to be very difficult to find a lot of what we're looking for. It's going to be that way. You know, when you play kind of things and you have to find things, it's like alphabet game. When you're trying to find certain things, they become very difficult. Love Thugs, no, I don't think it is Buffelshoek Dam, and Kirsty's confirming that it is not Buffelshoek Dam at all. Now, also, a lot of you are wondering about tent. It's not the tent either, I don't think. I have an idea. So there we go. That's exactly where I was going to go in Project Alpha. Thank you very much. Weaver's Nest Junction, Elephant Skull Road. So that is where we are heading, and it's just south of me. Before we go anywhere, let's just quickly do our Burchell starling, because that's one of our 3 animals, because the junction is coming up. So there is our Burchell starling, as beautiful as ever when starlings are in the sunshine. They are one of the most pretty birds that we get out here when the sun is shining and nice and bright. Of course, in the shade, they look very dark and dull, but once they come out a little bit there, you can see that iridescence that is coming out. It's really very pretty bird. And I know it's a Burchell's because of that black face and that long tail, and also the more purple blue kind of coloration that it's got. Now, I believe my signal is also not great where I am, so I'm going to shoot you back across to Byron. Oh, wait, before we do that, because there's a magpie shrike and a monarch butterfly, Fergus. Let's see if we can get the monarch. The monarch's on my right. That's just fluttering about. Can you see it there, Ferg? It's difficult to see. I'm testing Ferg with butterflies. I mean, of all things, there is a butterfly that is moving around. I've lost it now, Fergus. There was a monarch that was flying here, so that's disappeared a little bit, unfortunately. Have you got it there? No. I think it's flown off, Fergus. Don't worry. That's okay. And the magpie shrike I'll just grab quickly now in front as well. So let's just go 5 meters forward so we can see it, and then we will have our little magpie shrike. But I'm surprised with Byron's indigo bird, because I haven't seen too many of them, and all of a sudden in the last sort of week they've been out everywhere. Now let's see, there's a redback shrike in that tree. Where have you gone? You were in there. So my redback shrike is also flown away. I'm not winning here. Our birds are not being very good at all. So I've had 3 species, but they're not sitting still. So I'll have to try and find 3 more. Oh, there it goes. It's just landed in the tree again. So it is a redback shrike. Up a little bit, Ferg. There we go. Female redback shrike. That is it? No, it's not. It is a sparrow, southern grey-headed sparrow that has landed there. So that is one of, or two of our animals. So we'll try and find a third. Let's send you back across to Byron while we do so.
We found our first animal for clue number 4. A Styx hinged back tortoise. Well done to Grumpy Old Man. He got it right. We can go to Galago Pan. And a bush baby is another name for a bush baby is a galago. So that's very well done. So we're going to head around to Galago Pan. But our first one, Styx hingeback tortoise. We've been seeing a lot of them actually. But no, I haven't seen, since I've been here, I haven't seen one leopard tortoise, which is very strange. And we've got some Franklins running across the road. There we go. That's number 2 for us. Those are crested Franklins. I can always rely on the crested Franklins to come out and help. So that's 2. We need 2 more. Still making our way to Galago Pan. Alright. We've seen a woodland kingfisher already. Oh, emerald spotted wood dove right here. That's number 3. Beautiful. Look at that. That's a lovely image of it. You can see just on the wing. Unfortunately, the light isn't right, but that's the emerald or that greenish color on the wing that gives it its name. Very beautiful little dove. That's great. That's 3 for us. So we need 1 more. Let's go across to Ali though and find out how she's doing and if she needs a hand.
Well, I do need a hand, but I need a hand in finding a leopard, actually. So there are leopard tracks on the road, and we heard that squirrel alarm calling, so we've come back to do a double take on the situation around us before heading towards the destination for our third clue, which is the Janet Jackson hole. So well done to everyone that got it right. But just want to check here for a leopard. It is thick, and the squirrel didn't really lead us to anyone, so we're doing a bit of a longer loop, because I mean, if we see a leopard, it's not going to be that bad if we lose. But so far it seems like we haven't had really that much luck. Now the tracks are going up and down, so it's a tricky one. Seems like Tristan though is ready to open his next clue, so let's head on to him.
Well, I am ready for my next clue, but I haven't really gotten an animal camera. Look around at the spot that I can't really find what buzzing is flies, which I don't think count because they're not. It's just I believe I would have problems. It's not going well for us. We have problems and phone problems, so it's a trifecta this afternoon. But I apologize if my sound is very, very poor. No, it's fine apparently. So I've got to try and find an animal somewhere in this general vicinity. You'd think that it would be very easy, but it isn't. And the birds are gone and the insects are not sitting still, given that it's 400 degrees outside. It makes life a little better. So I can't open my clue until I find a third animal. Fergus, what can we find? Can you scout anything? It's always good just to have a little look around. You want to be the animal, Fergus. You can be an animal if you'd so like to be. No picture. What's the cardinal full of life? Right. I'm going to have to try and find the individual and try and find some animal. While I do that, I'm going to send you back across to Byron, who I think is trying to eat this.
Oh, well, I'm still having a look around for some more animals. There's actually a little bird on the butterfly. Surely the butterfly counts. It looks like a beautiful monarch butterfly. Sorry, Vildi, if you have a look off to the left, there's a little bush about. There we go. Where was it? No, there it's just flying towards those white flowers. It's very difficult. There he is. Well done, Wiem. Monarch butterfly. There it goes. Brilliant. Well, that is animal number 4. So let's open clue number 4. Wow, we're really cruising at the moment. That's great. We need to find a leopard, I think, in our next one. Follow Polaris to the line of retreat. Follow Polaris to the line of retreat. And that's a clue from James Henry. Clearly, follow Polaris to the line of retreat. See if you can get that. So I think to give you clues, if I think about it, Polaris must be stars to the line of retreat. It's an interesting one. Good one, James. I wonder if James is watching. Sorry, I just want to reposition because we're facing into the sun. And it's a little bit hot. Alright, well, I'm going to sit here and wait until we get that clue. Let's go back to Ellie and find out how she's doing with those alarm calls. I think there has been some leopard activity around. Maybe she finds something. Let's go and find out.
I'm sure there's been some leopard activity. It's definitely the day that you least expected. That's when everybody will be. Now, there are 3 piglets here, and I wonder, Kirsty, if it's 3 different animals of the same species, does it count as the 3 that we need? Okay, well, we've got a warthog, at least. So now we need 2 down before we head towards the Janet Jackson hole. Now, this morning after dry wrap, there was a report of a leopard crossing from the south, and it started coming all the way north. And the tracks go pretty much into the Molowati, and then they carry on going further north. And now we had also some alarm calls just as we left camp. So I'm not sure if perhaps it could be the same animal that's just been walking around quite a bit. Hello, warthog. But you're lucky because you're far away, so no leopard will come and eat you, at least not for now. Especially not the little ones. You guys must be loving the fact that it's nice and hot again. I for sure am. It's nice to feel the warmth again and not just being very cold. Alright, beautiful warthogs. We are going to leave you guys because you're in a bit of a tight spot as we carry on. Looking for 2 more creatures. And again, I'm hoping it's going to be that one of us is going to get 2 animals, as in 2 different leopards, or perhaps a lion and a leopard, or whatever the case it might be. But I'm definitely going to keep my eyes open and come and check this area. Somebody else is coming in also to give us a hand just to see, but it seems like the tracks have carried on moving and done a bit of a loop. So somebody's actually a little bit further north from where we were, also on what it seems to be female leopard tracks. So we'll see who's around. Hopefully we'll be able to put a face to the tracks. I'm not too sure which female it could be, judging by this particular spot of part of Djuma. I know Shadow used to walk around here quite a bit, so maybe it'll be her. Let's see. Alright, we just need 2 more creatures, and then we're heading off to open our next clue. So Senza, we need 2 more. I was happy. It would have been perfect if we could have used our 3 piglets. Come, leopards. I know you're here somewhere. Seems like Byron is well ahead of everyone in the game, so let's head over to him as he's ready to unravel the next clue.
Sure, well, I hope so. Now, apparently somebody has got our clue. So follow Polaris to the line of retreat. Well done, Judy H. Well done. Go north to Buffelshoek Cutline. That's exactly where we will head. I'm trying to think. Let's go this way around because I think we can find more animals along there. We need to find 5 animals. 5 animals before we can open our next clue. So let's go. Let's get going. Sure, it's really, really hot this afternoon. And this is actually fun. I think this is great to run the time down a little bit while it cools down, and then I'm sure one of us will go to that not the Nkuhuma Pride, the Styx Pride. I think they might still be around, hopefully, but it was very hot, so they'll be resting somewhere. Okay, let's go across to Tristan and find out how he's doing.
Well, we're doing well. If the wind would just stop blowing, you'd be able to see one of the coolest little grasshoppers that I've found to date. I have no idea what it's called, but it's got this long, slender body and antennae that are probably, I would say, maybe 3 times the length of its body. Now, I'm going to try and turn it for you, Ferg, so you can see this wind is just playing absolute havoc, though, at the moment. So let's try and do that, Ferg. There we go. Let's see. Can we see him there? No, man. Wind, go away. This afternoon is being a disaster. We've got, between the wind and technical issues, it's not going well at all. But there we go. There's our little grasshopper. Sorry, Fergus, I know I'm wobbling all over the place, but it's difficult with the wind and my shakes to keep things good. Hold on. There we go. So, okay. Anyway, that's our little grasshopper. Grasshopper, I'm going to throw you back into the bush. There we go. Grasshopper back in the bush. Happy and safe. Clue number 3 is what we are on to now. Let's see. What have we got? Horoscope reading from February 24th, 2018 for a Gemini, which is not me. With today's planetary positions, you will have no trouble focusing on your body and its thirst for knowledge. Okay. No trouble focusing on your body and its thirst for knowledge. I'm going to say somewhere where there's water is where I'm going to think about. And so maybe 24th of February must be a specific date as to where a certain... might be. Right, my audio is going, so let's send you back across to Ali. I'm going to head off to...
All right, I'm looking for creatures. Oh, there's a big elephant there. Yes. Alrighty. Because I think we're falling behind with the boys because we got distracted by some leopard tracks, as it of course would happen. All right, we've got a beautiful young elephant bull feeding on marulas. All right, there's one here, and then 2 more in front of us. I think we should be allowed to open our next one. Oh, look, sends a butterfly. Maybe if you get the butterfly, we can open our 3rd one. Yeah, it's true. Okay, well, we've had 3, so we're going to get to Janet Jackson. It looks like a Shiraxi's butterfly. I think very beautiful, and I'm guessing it's one of them just because those spikes on the back of their wings. It's normally quite a big characteristic. Which exactly, or which one exactly, I'm not 100% sure, but it's good to stop and admire the butterflies at least for once. And we've got now a whole herd coming our way, so what we're going to do is, before we carry on to Janet Jackson's hole, is just get out of the elephant's path. So I'm going to go onto the side. Hello, nice to see you too. I think... No, don't you worry. You can carry on the road. I'm going to move for you. With all your beautiful little herd in tow. Now, they've all been to Treehouse Dam, and we can tell just because they're all very, very wet. And can't really blame them. It's been very hot for once, so we're very happy, and I'm sure the elephants have enjoyed the bath. Not that it being overcast would actually stop them from going in. As we saw the other day, that little one was having the best time in that mud wallow. Beautiful, guys. And it's such a big female. I haven't seen a big female in a while. All the ones that we've been seeing seem to have been slightly younger. And it's nice to be in presence of a big, older female. Now, do you guys know each other? Seems like you might not. She's just chased the bull that was feeding on the marulas. Very likely these are all her offspring, or somehow related to her, because it doesn't seem like there's a particularly bigger female. I don't know if maybe there's one that's coming further down Treehouse Dam, so we're going to go and investigate. It'll be nice to find out, because she's definitely not related to that particular male that was there, because she took a stand and flashed her wings, and the younger one actually almost went in a submissive behavior, put his head down, and then carried on moving. Let's see if maybe there are more elephants at Treehouse Dam. Tristan has managed to find a hornbill on the other hand, so let's head back to him.
Well, I think we've found one animal so far. It looks like a redback shrike. I just want to double check quickly. Is it turning? Yeah, redback shrike. Wonderful. Nice bird to see. I'm just having a look quickly at the shrike. It's nice to see these little birds. They've got that greyish head and that black stripe, very prominent black stripe through the eye, and the brown markings on the wing. Reddish brown markings. Redback shrike. There we go. That's one. We need 4 more. We need 5 animals for the next clue. So let's see. Come on, Vim. Let's quickly find some quick ones. We thought we'd be driving around and seeing kudu or inyala or bushbuck in these little thickets that are usually here. They're not here at the moment. I'm glad Ali got to see those elephants. I wonder where that leopard is that they think... I think they saw a leopard cross onto Djuma this morning, just after our drive. But not sure where it is. Apparently the lions were found again, but they are lying in the riverbed, or in the dry riverbed, resting. It is still very, very hot, so I don't think they're going to move anytime soon. So hopefully that can be our prize if we win. We get to go and see the lions. So, Christy, the temperature today is 32 degrees Celsius. It's about 89 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's very, very hot. Very hot this afternoon, but you know what? There's also a lot of humidity, but it can get even hotter. I've had temperatures up to 40 degrees. It's about 110. It's seriously hot. Oh dears, you said I could have counted the fly. I should have actually counted the fly, but now Kurt says no, I missed it, so it doesn't count. Yo, they're strict on this. Very, very strict. Don't worry, we'll get some more. Is there one on? There's a fly. There we go. It's a fly. Well done, Vim. Hold on, there's some birds. Fork-tailed drongo. What was that? Oh, there, at the top, the beautiful white-crested helmet shrikes. There, look there. They're all sitting. That's 3 white-crested helmet shrikes. Beautiful. Oh no, Curse says the fly doesn't count because they gave us the idea. Well, hold on. I can hear some other birds. Green wood hoopoes. Let's quickly try to find them. Let's quickly try to get these green wood hoopoes. Where are they? They're calling. They're just off to the left here somewhere. They're normally very gregarious, large groups. Oh, I think there they are. I think I just saw them fly. Hold on. They flew into that marula over there, Vim. Sure, I saw them in there. Hold on. We should get a view from here. Can you see them? There we go. A lot of green wood hoopoes. There we go. There they go. And that 2. Well, let's go to Ali, who's at Janet Jackson's house.
We are. It seems like nobody is home though, but this should enable us to open the next clue. Clue number 3. Because we found our 3 animals on the way here. Now we can see what else Chris has planned, and James Henry, the both of them have planned for us. Now let's see what's in here. Property listing, house for sale, wooden floors, great views and swimming pool. Needs renovations. I'll give you a clue. This is where I live. Alright, so if you have the answer to it, just please make sure you send it using the hashtag Safari Live, and we will head in that direction. Now, it is also the name of Yuri's sister. What other clue can I give you? It's where Brent and Jamie used to live. It's where Tristan and I live. It's not. No one lives there. What? Now I got it even confused, so let's read it again. Property listing, house for sale, wooden floors, great views, and swimming pool. Needs renovations. I have no idea then what it is, cursed. I would imagine it's any of the possible lodges, if it's not Ingus. Or if not, it's got... Treehouse Dam! Pizza Farmer, you got it wrong. Treehouse Dam! Good. The swimming pool threw me off. I think my imagination is very, very poor. So well done to you for not falling into the same trap as I did. So we're gonna head over and try to find 4 animals on the way to Treehouse Dam. And then hopefully a Treehouse Dam will be able to open the next one. Sneaky. What is it? There's a bird. Okay, go ahead, Senzo. There we go, far in the distance. Oh, it's a white-crested helmet shrike. Now, I think maybe somebody got a white-crested helmet shrike before. Would this still be valid? Okay, so Game Master says it does count, so we've got 1 down, 3 more to go. Woohoo! Alrighty-o. Now, white-crested helmet shrikes are definitely one of my favorite birds around here, and they're always found in small groups, and they make such a beautiful call. And what are these tracks on the road that I didn't see? Neither myself nor Taxon, who drove here before me. I'm going to investigate, but let's head to Tristan, hoping that his audio is fine.
Well, hopefully our audio is okay and we're not going to have an issue with it again. And I believe it is. Now, there's a scrub hare in that bush somewhere over there. It's now just disappeared. Of course it would. It was towards the back end, though, Ferg. Higher up. Maybe in there to the left a little bit. Left side. Somewhere in there was a scrub hare that was moving around. Of course, there's other little birds that are bouncing around. So those look like... Are they firefinches? Oh, difficult to see. There's the scrub hare. So we've got red-billed hornbill, scrub hare, firefinch... And what else do I need? I need a blacksmith lapwing, and I think we'll have them all. But I'm surprised about the scrub hare. What it's doing out and about at this time of the day, feeding on little shoots, is anyone's guess. Maybe it was disturbed by a predator at some point, and it just decided, well, might as well just do a bit of feeding and carrying on. Now, there was a leopard that was seen around Twin Dams as we finished drive this morning, and it sounds like it was, by the tracks, is a female leopard, and she's gone north and kind of bumped into the lines and then cut in a easterly direction up towards sort of Mamba, that area. So hazard a guess that it's Tundi that moved in that direction. Now, just to complete our 4th one, so we can open our 4th clue, if you can just go to the blacksmith lapwings for me, Ferg, on the northern side of Twin Dams. Now, Kirsty, who was it that got this correct as to why we were at Twin Dams in the first place? There's our blacksmith lapwings looking as pretty as ever. So I need the answer to who actually guessed Twin Dams. Was it maybe Project Alpha, maybe? Was it that? I can't remember. Was Project Alpha Weaver's Nest, Elephant Skull? Yes, it might have been. There's lots of names that go through our heads, so it's difficult. So we're just going to hold on and just see. Well, you can just enjoy the sights of Twin Dams and see that it's a little fuller than what it was. I was hoping that that leopard was going to stick around in this area, but it seems as though she just continued moving north. So Christine on Twitter is who got Twin Dams and many others as well. Well done, guys. Very, very good. All right, let's open clue number 4 and let's see if we can catch up with Byron. The audio issue will hopefully stay away, and that means that we'll be able to actually compete in this whole thing. Clue 4. It's a good sign that you can read this if you want to know where to go. Chitwa signboards, maybe. That's what I'm going to guess, but I think let's double check with all of you. Maybe you guys will know where it is, and I believe the audio problem is back once again. Let's send you back across to Byron, though, who's got another animal and continues forging ahead.
There we go, 2 with 1. Red-billed oxpecker on an impala, and that is our 5. Those are our 5 altogether now. We didn't count the fly, and we still got 5 animals. Wonderful to see this group of impala around and enjoying the shade a little bit. I'm going to open our next clue quickly. There we go. All right. Job wanted. Scuba instructor. Must love water. Contact Stephen H. Amphibious. Oh. And then we can open up envelope 6 at destination. Job wanted, scuba instructor. Must love water. Contact. Stephen H. Amphibious. Stephen H. Amphibious. Job wanted, scuba instructor. Can you guess it? Can you guess it? I just want to have a look up ahead here so long. There seemed as if a few drongos were flying down. I just want to see if there's some termites active around here. But while I check, let's go across to Ali, who's found a bird to show you.
We have found one of the common residents of Treehouse Dam, the beautiful blacksmith lapwing, and I wonder where the rest of its companions are, because we can only see one this afternoon, and this morning when we came around there were actually 3. Now a little bit more to the right there's also the common sandpiper we saw earlier this morning. It was just moving, I think, somewhere in there. Towards the first grasses there. Yeah, just zoom in there. Somewhere in there. There we go. There it is. Now that makes for 2 birds. Now, lucky for us, and this is not the most common one that we see around here. I was hoping perhaps for a terrapin to make it into the scene. But Senzo actually seems like he's brought a little friend on drive. And this just sort of got caught. Now, this is a tiny little caterpillar, or it looks like it is, and it's not moving all that much. It does look very much like a piece of steak, but it moves every now and again, so that's how we know that we didn't make... There we go, it's moving. And you see it's... Okay, I think you're trying to... I have no idea what caterpillar this is, or to what it's going to become afterwards, but it's definitely worth checking, and I'm definitely very interested... Look at the way they walk, that's my favorite. Definitely gonna go and check, perhaps try to have a closer look at it, but no idea. So we're just gonna put you back on here on the dashboard, because I feel like, no, you want to stay here. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, so we've got how many animals? We had the white-crested helmet shrike, the unknown caterpillar, the blacksmith lapwing, and the sandpiper. Can we open our clue number 4, Kirst? Woohoo! Alrighty. Hopefully I won't get it wrong as the last one. Breathe, dragon, breathe. Flames of fire, blink, dragon, blink. Your eyes of gold. Sleep, dragon, sleep. You are ever so old. Now hit the road. I am very puzzled by this one. I feel like maybe this is a really hard one that Curse was talking about. Blink. I would imagine this is for a crocodile or a lizard. Okay. If you've got any clues about the answer, please do use the hashtag Safari Live and give us a bit of a hand here, because I'm not too sure. I am thinking that it's probably something along the lines of a crocodile, or not too sure what else it could be. Interesting. This is a very hard one, Cursed. Let's see. What do you mean, good? Cursed is enjoying making us suffer with all these clues. Like, this is a very, 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 very hard one. I can't even think of anything. I don't know if there is any particular monitor lizard or skink. Okay, so she's giving us a clue. Now, she's giving us a clue about the mountains that we see in the distance. So there's a place where we go to see. Okay. Okay, Giselle, you've got it. The Drakensberg Road. Very well. I was thinking very literal in terms of animal, but you got it right. So off we go to the Drakensberg Road, which is at a certain distance from here, but who knows, maybe Tandy will be waiting for us there. Ha ha ha. Alrighty, Drakensberg Road, here we go. That was a hard one, Cursed. I had no idea. Dragons completely threw me off. That was not an easy one. Alright, I'm gonna head towards Drakensberg. Hopefully it won't take us too long, but while we do that, let's head over to Byron, who I believe is in the lead.
Oh, Emma, well, that is wonderful news. I'm almost at our next destination. You all guessed it correct. It was, it's obviously the hippo at Buffelshoek Dam. So we're almost there. I'm going to be turning shortly towards Buffelshoek Dam. Oh, now, yeah, the kudu that we've been looking for. So have a look at them quickly. There's some feeding just off to the right. Actually, there's some straight ahead. Let's go to those ones down there. I'll tell you why. Some females, but there might be there's water down at the bottom. Maybe they stop for a drink. Just gonna drive down here slowly. Oh, there's a young male. Actually, it's a lovely view. Have a look at him. Very young male. There he goes. Beautiful, beautiful. And there's a young male, a group of females, a number of females around. So that's a typical family group for kudu. Not a huge herd, but there will be a number of males and females within a herd. Obviously the males, when they're ready to mate, the big males. Have a look here, this is lovely. Oh, again he just ran off, but there they go. Move through these thickets very, very easily. Alright, so I'm heading for them, not too far from there. While I do that, Ali needs to find some animals for her next clue. Let's go and see what...
We do need to find some animals, so come on guys, time to shine. We've got quite a bit of a drive until we get to Drakensberg, so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to find our 5 animals on the way. Although I'm not sure where they're all hiding, because I can't even see birds right now. Whew, there is a bump on the road, and hopefully I won't go past it too hard, because otherwise sensor's going to fly off, and I don't think it's going to... That happens. Alright, creatures. Where are the Franklins? Why is everyone running away from me? Alright, there's a bird there. Okay, you should have stopped flying, little one. Tiny little birds are never easy to... Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go, Senzo, go. Perfect. There we go. You look like a flycatcher. Scaly flycatcher, I believe. Alright, so at least we've got one of them on the way. Flycatcher is 368. Let me just quickly check on the book. I can't remember the exact word. Now it could be, just judging by the amount of scaling that is in its chest, I'm gonna say it's potentially a Mariko flycatcher. Look here in the book. It's either this one, just because it's had all that white and some of the white striping, so I'm going to say that perhaps that's the one. It also occurs roughly in this area. And if not that one, then perhaps the spotted flycatcher. I think this is probably the one, the spotted flycatcher. I can't really see that well in the monitor, and it's a little bit too far away for my binoculars, so I'm hoping it's going to be one of those two. So, one tiny little bird down. We need 4 more. Tristan's hitting also all the animals, so let's go and find an impala and an elephant.
Well, lots of impalas and one big bull elephant that is slowly but surely disappearing into Torchwood. And I say lots of impalas and now they're all disappearing, but there was at one point probably close to 200 of them spread across this open area. You can see as Fergus pans to the right, there's just this huge herd that is making their way down towards Chitwa. Lots and lots and lots of them moving in the direction of the dam, which is good news because apparently trucks for Tingana also going onto Chitwa from Torchwood crossing southwards, or could be Hosana, I suppose. It could be him as well. So lots happening around this area, which is good news. Nice to have the impalas and the ellies, and hopefully our audio problem stays away on top of all of this as well, because it would be nice just to not have to deal with that this afternoon any further. We've already dealt with it enough. But our impalas are probably fine. They're crossing over now to go and have a drink because of the heat that we've had this afternoon. It's a good time for them to go and drink and to try and get themselves a little bit of water. And I heard this size will need to go to a fairly substantial water hole in order to sustain all of them. There's a lot there, and so to fit everybody around a water point would need a rather large one for them to do so. And our big bull Ellie, I think, is the same one we had this morning. So I believe none of you gave me the answer to my clue, which was actually Chitwa sign, and it is right behind me. So I was at Chitwa sign at the moment. I believe Byron's pretty much won what's going on, so we're just taking a slow meander. I suppose we could catch him if we were lucky, but I don't think we're going to find all the animals that quickly. There was a few other animals around here. There were some lilac-breasted rollers and various other things, but it seems as though they've all kind of flown away at the moment, which is not ideal. So we'll just carry on and putter about, and maybe we get lucky and find something in this area. Just double checking that Tingana didn't come north along this section here. It's interesting to find out where he's gone. I wonder if it wasn't him that went towards the Mulawati and was mistaken as a female walking up the Mulawati, because Taxton's got those tracks. So I'd be interested to know if maybe he just walked all the way along, although we didn't find any tracks for him this morning on Chitwa that were fresh on the road that runs on this northern side called Shirombi Rombi. There is an Egyptian goose as well, so there's another nice one to add to our list. Now apparently I just need one more in terms of a clue situation. So our Egyptian goose is there. There's normally a crested barbet that hangs around here if I just look for it and try and find it. Anna, you say find some ants. Anna, I've thought about this, but it is easier said than done. Our ants don't want to be around, but I do know where I can get a sneaky termite, though, which is right here in front of me. I think there should be some, unless the birds have eaten them all, which is also possible, because I saw some Birchall starlings going crazy here this morning and absolutely devouring everything that was on offer. Ah, there's a monitor lizard. Look, there's a monitor lizard swimming in the little water point. So its head is poking out. There we go, monitor lizard. There is a Nile monitor, which is very cool to see. I wonder what it's hunting in there. Did you see it went after something? Did you see that? So I wonder if it's going after little frogs and maybe little insects that are trapped in this water point. I think frogs would probably be the biggest kind of thing that they would be going after. But how cool is that? You see how it's moving along the fringes and trying to disturb the grass, and that's where a lot of the frogs will be. And you can see it's a water monitor because of its coloration. Very sharp, pointy head. It's got a lot more yellow on it than the rock monitors, which tend to be a more grey color and have a blunted head. And this is not a very big monitor lizard, but still a very cool one to see. So that's epic. It's not something we get to see every day, and always nice to watch them. And it looks like it's still hunting. You see how it's diving and it's going underwater, and then up it pops again. So I think it's trying to the left. So I think it's trying to disturb frogs within the grasses and then hunt them from there. That is so cool to see. You see it's coming round the edge now, looking at all the little grassy sections. Very, very cool. All right, now while we watch this monitor and see what it gets up to, I'll open my other clue in the meantime. Hello, little one. What you doing? How cool is this? Look at those nails as well. You can see massive long claws that they've got coming off of their body. Big eye that they'll use to hunt as well. Very cool to see. Right, clue number 5. Boo. Who got a leopard fright? There we go. That's your clue. Boo. Who got a leopard fright? I would say that it must be somebody got a leopard fright at Chitwa Dam. That's what I would think. Maybe James, maybe it was Ferg, maybe it was me. There was somebody that got a big fright at somewhere in this general vicinity, and so you guys will have to guess where and who. Right. Look at that. This is so cool. Do you have a tick on you anywhere so I can get my animal to start me off? No. Sometimes these monitor lizards have ticks, particularly around their little ear area. So that tympanum, that is basically the eardrum that is on the outside, much like frogs. Sometimes you find ticks latching on into that section, even when they go into water. So it's more on the rock monitors than on these water monitors, but you do get them. Paula, you say they have massive claws. Yes, they do, and they need those massive claws because they use massive claws in order to dig and to try and find food items. These guys are big threats to crocodiles. They'll find their nests and they'll dig out the nests and try and get in. So they need those big claws for that. They're also big exponents of eggs, and so they can rip open things and try and find eggs, as well as they need to grip in wet environments because they spend a lot of time where there's water. They need to be able to grip onto mud and things like that to be able to find food and to walk around on their environment. But look at how that tongue is tasting. Very, very cool to see that. Now, a lot of you are saying it's James that got the fright. It is not James that got the fright. You will have to think again. That got a leopard fright at... It is not a human either, apparently, Kirsty. There's another clue for all of you. Not a human. Is that a tick that's on its chin? Or is that just a piece of grain of sand? Tick or sand? Kirsty, I can't see. You've got a bigger screen than me. Maybe not. I don't know what it is, but it's going in front of the car. So it's got to be the most sort of relaxed monitor lizard I've ever seen. And Kirsty, have you got bad eyesight? Where are your glasses? Naughty, naughty, Kirsty. You're supposed to use glasses. Now, I want to try and see if I can roll back so we can see our little monitor friend, because this has got to be one of the coolest monitor sightings I've ever had, except that I can't see him. Oh, there he is. He's just coming out, Fergie. He'll come out on the right-hand side fairly shortly. So I'm going to just duck away and try and just reverse slowly without making it scared. It's not really very scared at all. It's pretty relaxed, this individual. And it looks like it's going to go to the other water point to go and hunt in there. I think we should follow this monitor lizard and go and see if it gets a kill. I want to try and see what it gets. Look at it go. How cool is this? So you see how they have that long, long tail as well. And it's going straight to that water point. So let's see. I'm going to go to the water and see if we can see something happening. Let's try. Maybe we'll see it get a frog. How cool. So, Judy H., you say Ronald got a leopard fright? No, not Ronald either. Ronald got a massacred, but didn't get a leopard fright. But it did get massacred, unfortunately. But no leopard fright for Ronald either. This is a tricky one, Kirsty. It's going to take you a while to get... There we go. Well done, Project Alpha. You're on fine form this afternoon. You say it was where Boo, the hippo, was, and Hosanna was sitting above it in the sighting that we had together. So that was very, very cool. Well done, Project Alpha. And we'll have to head into that direction shortly. I just want to watch this monitor lizard for a while longer because it's just the most epic thing to watch a monitor lizard hunt for frogs. I don't think I've ever spent enough time with the monitor. They're normally quite shy. And so this one is being absolutely obliging, hunting frogs in these long grasses. So I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Hopefully you guys are too. Ferg, I just want to get around so that we don't have to deal with the bad light, because it's in amongst those grasses at the moment. Now it's disappeared a little bit there. You see it, Ferg? It's just sitting in the grass, kind of inching its way through. So it's in there. There you can see it. Look, it's just trying to disturb, and if the frog jumps off, then it's going to grab it. And the frogs that you'll try and find on these little grasses will be painted reed frogs, water lily frogs, golden leaf folding frog. They'll all spend time right on the fringes of the water like this, and it'll be the perfect place for this monitor to hunt and to move around in. Also, maybe try the odd tadpole. So cool to see, though. Absolutely amazing. Not every day you get to see this, that's for sure. I certainly haven't spent much time with a hunting monitor lizard that is actively moving around like this one is. I think it's decided, nope, nothing in this pond for me. On to the next one. The next one is a very big one. It's unfortunately probably going to be a little too big for our monitor lizard. Although, let's see, maybe it's going to try its luck somewhere else. So cool, though. It's slowed its way of moving, and you see it's using that big eye as well as tasting with the tongue, just trying to work out what's going on. Very cool to see. It's just going behind the log. I wonder if it maybe is going to go live inside that log, or maybe it has a little area where it spends a lot of time. Might go and sun itself a bit on that log. I wonder also if it's as active as it is because of the sun that we've had over the past sort of few hours because it's been a bit quiet with sun, and so a lot of the reptiles might have been a bit sluggish, but with a bit of extra heat today, maybe that's why it's moving around as much as it is. Right, now I believe Byron, who is waiting to open his final clue, has been waiting for us to finish with our monitor. Sorry to keep you waiting, Byron, but it was very cool. And, well, either way, I hope you guys will enjoy Byron's last clue, and hopefully we can catch him before he gets there.
Not at all, Tristan. That's amazing. It sounded like such an interesting sighting watching that monitor lizard. Well, we are at our last destination, apparently, at Buffelshoek Dam, and the 2 hippo are in the dam at the moment, male and what looks like a female. And, yeah, well, I guess it's time to open clue or envelope number 6. Let's see what it says. There's also a little umbrella in here. Well done, you have finished Safari Search. You are a winner in all of our eyes. So we won, Wiem. High five, buddy. There we go. Well done, everyone. We couldn't have done it, obviously, without the viewers. Very, very sharp. Very, very sharp, which is wonderful. Look at this. We've got an umbrella. I'm going to have to put this on, I suppose. Hey, Wiem. I can hear 2 pearl-spotted owls calling, but they sound like they're in the drainage line. I don't think we're going to be able to find them. There we go. There's our umbrella for the win. See, so at least they think about me and they've allowed me to get some shade. Well, let's go across to Ali, and I think what I'm going to do is head down and try and spend some time with the Styx Pride that I think are still lying in the Mulwati drainage.
Well done, Byron. Seems like he is the definite winner. Now we need 4 more animals, and we've got, of course, the very characteristic impala looking at us. Now, I wish we could see the flies that are bothering him, because that would definitely be for another one. There we go. There are some flies on his neck that were moving. Right there. So that's 2. And then, Senzo, can you try going towards the back legs? I think maybe if we see some of the ticks that were annoying him, maybe we'll be able to get 3 animals here. Go a little bit further up. Go towards the stomach. Maybe those black dots underneath the stomach. Those are the ticks. There we go. You can see he's got quite a few. Kurs says she's going to count it for being clever. Thanks, Kurs. Running out of ideas here. Now, I think there was also a dove not too far, but it's flown away. So we just need 1 more animal to be able to open our next clue. And there it comes landing, the hornbill. There we go. Well, I thought it was going to land, but it didn't land. And it flew away. But it was a red-billed hornbill. So, let's go into clue 5. Woohoo! We've almost gotten the entirety of this road. Alright, I think I'm worse at clues than anyone else. Clue 5. Cinchera scaffer are around the corner drinking. Oh. Okay, I think we cannot open envelope 6, but Cinchera scaffer are around the corner drinking. Now, yep, only when I get there. So, I would imagine this is a dam that's not too far from where we are. So, if you know the answer for this, hashtag Safari Live. I have given bad advice before, but I would imagine it's one of the bigger dams that's on the northern eastern part of the property, where we had a sighting with many. Possibly where Byron's just been, says Kurs. So yeah, very good clue. Thank you very much for that. So, if you guys know the answer, hashtag Safari Live, and we'll be on our way. Alright, Tristan seems to have found a giraffe. We're gonna head on to find our 5 animals before we can open our next clue.
Well, we have found a giraffe with a little oxpecker friend. There's a beautiful bull giraffe that is very close to Chitwa Dam at the moment, and just kind of gazing across the open area. And he's quite a stately looking figure, isn't he? Especially when the little oxpecker hops out between the horns. I love it when they do that. And so, nice to see a giraffe. I know Byron was commenting on it this morning that we've had very few giraffe around lately. I did actually see one on Chitwa this morning, but nowhere near where we are now. So I don't think it's the same individual. I think it's a situation where this guy has just come out, and maybe we're going to see a lot more giraffe arriving in the next few days. But there he goes, loping off into the distance, trying to shake his oxpecker friend that is riding along with him. Very, very cool to see. Now, there's a number of other animals also on Chitwa Open. There's some nyala that are down below, so I'm just going to roll forward to them. And also, maybe let's just do the waterbuck first there, Fergus. So there's a waterbuck that is in the distance. That's got a little white ring on its bottom that is wagging its tail vigorously from where we are. And that's because the flies are, in this humidity, being an absolute delight. And so a number of them around, and the poor antelope, I think, are feeling the effects just as much as what we are currently. So the lots of tail wagging going on to protect them. Now I wonder if this is the female with the little calf, that it's just her on her own at the moment. There's a little tiny one that is with one of the females, so it might be them that are around. And so I wonder if that's the individual that is got the little baby. The little baby sits in the grass, you can't see it at all, so I wonder if that's maybe why we're battling to find it at the moment. There comes a little male impala as well. Very cool. Chitwa Open once again, full of life. There's some warthogs as well. Let's go down towards the nyalas so we can have a look at them as well. There's the warthogs. Hold on, Ferg, I'll go forward. Ferg is going to keep a steady shot. I see our big herd of impalas also slowly making their way down towards the waterhole, which will be quite nice. It'll be a nice view of them as they come down. It's always very pretty when we get all these impalas coming to drink. It's one of my favorite things to see on Chitwa. And where's that nyala bull gone? No, there it is. So, nyala, where are you? You should be in line over here. There's our nyala, heading towards the big herd of impalas as well. Again, my favorite antelope that we get here is these nyala males, so I always love seeing them. And it's amazing how they spend time around lodges. For some reason, they absolutely love lodges. It's probably due to all the vegetation that grows in a lodge. There's a lot of nice food for them to eat, and so they spend a lot of time around there feeding and looking for food and making sure that they find good nutrients in order to survive. And it's also, lodges are much easier places to hide out than out in the bush. There's not nearly as much predator traffic in a lodge, although Chitwa is a bit different because it seems as though our leopards love Chitwa. So I suppose Chitwa is not the best one, but for the most part there's less predator traffic inside there than there is outside. Very pretty animal though. Yes, there we go. Just stop and pose for everybody. Well done. Making sure everybody knows that it is the best looking of the antelopes, in my opinion, out here. And off he goes, also battling with the flies. Ears are going, tail is going. It's all just trying to keep flies away from their heads and faces and everything else that we have. Right, so Chitwa Dam is where we are at. We should be able to tick off 2 more species quickly. Is it 2 more that I need? Yes, 2 more species that we need. So we should be able to do that in about 2 seconds from now. And we can open clue number 6, which will be, I think, 2nd place for us. So sorry, Ali. Oh, we don't need any more animals. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't need any more. 7. Right, we'll do 2 more animals anyway. Let's just do it for the sake of fun. I still have to go to where Boo was born to open it. Okay, Kirst. Put that back then. It's going to take us a while though, because we've got lots of other things happening here at Chitwa Dam. Oh, what's that over there? That looks gull-like. Do we have a grey-headed gull or a common tern or something here again? Let's have a look. Yes, grey-headed gull. There we go. So, see this guy at Chitwa every now and then. I think it's the grey-headed gull. It looks like it. Yes, that is a grey-headed gull. So that might be a new one for some of you birders out there. That's not a species we see very often. James has seen it once here before. I've seen them at Chitwa before. They do kind of come through every now and then and hang around at the dam itself. So nice bird to see though. It's not a very common bird, that's for sure. And I was saying this morning when I was at Chitwa Dam that a bit of rain is actually a really good thing, because you often get these random birds that arrive because of the rain. So I'm going to try and find it in my book and show you why we call it a grey-headed gull. Come on, book, find the gulls quickly. There we go. All right, Fergus. So if you can just come this side for me and we can have a little look. Although I do want to check one thing before we do anything. I'm pretty sure it's a grey-headed gull. I'm 900% sure. Actually, I'm 100% sure, but I just want to double check because you get another gull that looks quite similar. So the grey-headed and the heart-libs. If it's a heart-libs gull, it is completely out of its area, way out. It's not an inland gull at all, so that would be a absolutely ridiculous find if it was one of those. So I'm 99% sure it's these guys. It's got the pale eye with ring on it, and it's also got this kind of reddish beak, red legs, and that little grey head that you see there. So it is very cool to see one of these. Inferno Apathy is saying you have 20 million of these gulls in Wales. I know they are quite common throughout parts of South Africa, but here at Chitwa Dam, less so. It's not exactly a gull-friendly environment, and so for us it's a special bird in this section, although you do get them in this area, like I say, from time to time, and so it's not a huge surprise that I've seen one here. Like I say, I've seen them here before, but it's just not a very common thing to see at all. Now, Ferg, if you can go onto my hand, please, just where my index finger is, over here, there's a little insect that is crawling about on me. I have no idea what that insect is at all. It is small and black, and it's got little dots on it. Are you a little ladybird? I can't see very nicely. Looks like it actually might be a bit furry. And that's not my hand we're talking about. I don't have a furry hand. But there it goes. Look at that little fella. Hello, little one. That's very cool to see. It just goes to show sometimes you can't focus on only the big things. So gulls, hippos, and little insects. Now, I don't think it's a ladybird. I have no idea what that is. It would be nice to get the microscope out at some point. Try to get that fella under the microscope and have a little look at what it is. But nice bird to see. That's very nice for Chitwa. Like I say, not something we get to see all the time. Now there's some hippos coming out of the water. Hello, little ones. You're all very pink. Have you had a day at the swimming pool that you're a little sunburned because the sun's been out? And I love how young hippos are as pink as they are like that. They're very, very cute. They kind of got these little pink folds everywhere where the sun doesn't hit. And so you can see that they do get darker because they lie out in the open sometimes, and their backs particularly are much darker than the insides of their legs, and you can see where the creases are of the legs themselves as well. Very, very cute when hippos waddle about on the land like that. I always think it's very fun to watch them, so super cool to see. Well spotted, Fergus. Right. Let's see what else we can find before we head down to where clue number 6 is, that I can open it. It's just behind the dam wall, but I want to explore Chitwa Dam first. And given that we don't have to find too many more animals, we'll just have a little bit of fun here, and then we'll head behind the dam wall and see what else we can find. But in the meantime, let's send you back across to Byron, the winner, who I'm sure is grinning like a Cheshire cat.
Tristan. Well, look at these warthog that we found. It's been a lot of fun. This little safari search that we've done. Look, oxpecker on the warthog too. Now there's a lot of little mud wallows here, so I think that's why these warthogs are here. Sorry, safari search TM. Now, I'm not too far from that Styx Pride. I'm excited to go and see them. Yeah, still, just as I thought. It's been hot. I didn't think those lions are going to move anywhere. Well, it sounds like Ellie has managed to finish and get to her last destination. Let's go and see when she opens envelope number 6.
Well, I'm a bit scared now of opening envelope number 6. There's a lot of anticipation, and it almost feels like there's something in the envelope. So here we go. Let's see what's in envelope number 6. Tan, tan, tan. Oh my goodness, I don't want to break it. Ooh, ooh. All right, there's a lot of confetti stuff that I'm afraid of sending flying. So, congratulations! You have completed Safari Search. You win the admirations of the viewers. Pat on the back. Well done! Woohoo! We finished! Now there's a lot of decoration in there, happiness to celebrate, but I'm scared of opening the prize. What if it falls and it's a clip? I'm not too sure. Okay, so this is our prize. A paperclip and a little thingy, and yay! We won. Well, I don't know what we won, but we won a fun time. So well done, Kirsty. I think from everyone, just for putting such a clever safari search together and just making it so professional. Well done. It's been a pleasure playing with you. And thank you, everyone, for sending us the right way. Yay, this was fun. We should do it again. But you're going to have to think of other clues. Oh no, seems like Tristan is the loser of Safari Search PM, so let's head over to him and find out how he feels about it.
I don't feel like I'm a loser at all. I feel like, given the fact that we couldn't be online for half of this game, it was a fair contest, and we kind of, I thought we did okay, and I would have gotten to that point quicker than Ali had I not been a gentleman and let her finish in second, because we were right here, but we just didn't head in that way. So I don't feel too bad about it at all. I thought it was quite fun, and hopefully all of you enjoyed it too. It is always nice to have a bit of a game amongst everybody, and like I say, it's not often we get to include all of you with it, so nice to have you guys along for the ride. Now, there are some severely cute little Egyptian geese that have just popped out. You can see they're all waddling a little bit and fluffing themselves out, getting rid of the water from their short swim across the dam, and they are as cute can be. There's something about a little Egyptian goose, especially when they come out and they kind of flutter their wings a little bit and shake their bottoms. I don't think you can get many things as cute as that. Unfortunately, though, it's always such a tough thing to watch, because the Egyptian geese, you can never get too attached to them. There's so many things that eat them out here that they never really end up lasting very long, and that makes it quite sad. So you kind of have to watch them with an open mind and don't get too attached, because otherwise you will be heartbroken every time. And many of these guys don't survive, unfortunately. But you see how they're eating little grasses? So mom and dad are showing them what to do, and they're able to then go and feed. Yes, hippos, we're not ignoring you. Don't worry, we know you here as well. Our hippos are being awfully vocal this afternoon, which is very cool. So I believe you guys could hear them as well. So they are talking quite a bit. You can see there's a number of them there. The light is absolutely beautiful at the moment. And with the green that's coming down towards, Chitwa Dam, it is as pretty as one could expect. In fact, the other side of the dam at the moment, there is this beautiful green flush on the inflow where the Mulawanini comes in, and it looks like a whole bunch of nyala that are going to come out, and it'll be really nice when they're out, because we'll get this nice dark kind of, oh sorry Fergus, that's me in the way, this nice dark coat contrasting against the green. You see them there, Ferg, they've all come out onto the other side. So that's the view that I'm talking about. Bright blue sky, blue water, electric green grass. I know the lodge is in the background, and then you've got those dark nyalas contrasting against that green grass. Absolutely beautiful here. When the sun is out at Chitwa Dam in the afternoons, it's got to be one of the most sort of spectacular places to spend time. And I always used to enjoy, if I wasn't working in the afternoons, just to come and sit at the Chitwa deck and just watch what was going on when I used to work there. It was amazing just to spend a little bit of time. Now we've got somebody incoming here, Fergus. You see this? There's an incoming wake that's coming towards us in the water. I'm sure it's a hippo that's coming this way. There we go. You see that? That looks very hippo-like moving. There we go. Hello, hippo. So it's just this kind of big bow wave that comes towards us and makes its way in our direction. You can kind of work out very quickly what that is. What I am surprised about, though, is no sign of our crocodile on the banks here. I would have thought Vlad or Boris might be sunning themselves at the moment, but it doesn't seem like anybody's home. Just a water thickney on the edge there. Beautiful spot. It's a nice place just to take it all in and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds. So I believe a lot of you are enjoying the sounds and the views as well, just as much as I am. So what I think is maybe we should have a little minute silence where we can just enjoy all the little bird calls and, like I say, little views of what's going on at Chitwa Dam. So you can see some of the impalas are having a really big game. Those are all young impalas that are chasing each other around on this open area. And they've been doing it for quite a while, so it's just kind of up and down all over the place. It's not that there's predators chasing them. There's so many other antelope around that it kind of, you know, it's just more games than anything else. There you go, there's some more trotting right up on top of the hill. I suppose when there's been a bit of rain and there's good nutrients and water around, one can afford to expend some extra energy that they've got. Hello, grey go-away birds. So, Wild Alan, you say all you can hear is the woodland kingfisher call. Yes, they are a bit of a dominating species when it comes to talking out here. They tend to make a lot of noise. Though we're about to be interrupted by the grey go-away birds because they're above us, as you can hear, and they are not to be outdone. I'm surprised the Egyptian goose haven't chimed in just yet as well, because they also a nice loud species. Here comes a female nyala too, which is quite nice because you can see the difference between female nyala and female impala there. For those of you that struggle with that, there you go. You can see the horizontal bars of the impala versus the vertical stripes of the female nyala. It gives you a good indication of how it goes. And there's the first of this herd arriving to drink. So I think this massive herd that we saw earlier just slowly starting to arrive now. Isn't that pretty? I think it's very pretty. Could just do a whole afternoon safari here. I don't think you'd need to actually go very far at all. We know how many times leopards arrive at these dams and various other animals, and so actually just sitting at a water point like this in hot weather is probably one of the best places that you could possibly be in. For me, it's one of my favorite places that we have on our entire traverse. I could spend hours at Chitwa Dam. I've had so many incredible sightings here, and it's just a wonderful place to be. So thoroughly enjoying my afternoon so far. No, Kirsty, rules are rules. I believe all of you are dying for me to open envelope 6. Well, you're going to have to show some patience, all of you. We're not going to open it just yet. We have to get to our point where Boo and Hosanna had a little game together. So you guys all have to stay watching to see what's in my envelope. I'm going to keep it for as long as I can, in fact, and then I shall go there a little bit later. So you can't just get out of the game right now. You have to stay and see what is in envelope 6, because Kirsty told me I'm not allowed to even touch envelope 6 because envelope 6 will give it away if I touch it. So it's something interesting inside there. So we'll have to wait and see what it is. Hopefully it will be worth us waiting and keeping it hidden for a little bit longer. Kirsty says it's definitely worth it. Okay, Kirst, we'll see. You've got Fergus that's going to be the judge, and Fergus is a tough judge when it comes to these things, so it's going to be Did I get the best prize, Kirst? Excellent. Did you know that I was going to be the loser, and that's why you gave me the best prize as a consolation? You had a sixth sense that I was going to be a loser. Thanks, Kirst. Nice to know that you have that much faith in me. That So Byron an umbrella and Ali a paper clip. Well, I can tell you a paper clip for Ali is a very good idea because, well, Ali is always into stationery and is quite organized, and Byron, an umbrella seems about right as well. Byron loves to sip pink cocktails at night. He doesn't tell anybody about this. He always kind of acts like the very manly man who likes to have a beer or something like that, but he doesn't actually. He makes pink cocktails and he loves to put a little umbrella in there, and that's why it's a perfect gift for Byron to have that little umbrella as he sips his pink drinks at night. And well, I believe he's now put his umbrella in his hair. I'm not sure how that's going to taste later when he drops it in his drink, but let's see and find out.
My hair is clean, Tristan, but we've found a herd of elephant and we've seen one of the lions. They were moving just through the bank, just up on that side. So maybe just changing position, I'm not sure. We're going to see if we can get through here past these ellies. I'm sure they won't mind. Just some impala chasing one another behind us. The males. Sure, it's really, really warm. No wonder these lions are down in the drainage line. Oh, this ellie is just busy dust bathing, sand bathing a bit. She looks very relaxed. I'm going to try and sneak past her a little bit. I'd like to go down there. Let's see. Sure. It's a lot cooler down in the shade. Oh, Tam, that's always such a difficult question. I'm not sure of... Oh, sorry, ma'am. I'm just passing through. Beautiful female. They seem fine. Just a little shake of the head warning us. Little trumpet. She's fine. So, Tam, I think, I don't know, I enjoy the mornings. You know, it's so difficult. People always ask me this. I can never answer that question. So, Tam, I'm not sure. I enjoy both. Each are different. The mornings are a bit cooler, obviously. They are nice, but you have to get up really early for it. So, with that in mind, maybe the afternoons are a lot better. I hope we find these lines. One lioness that we caught a glimpse of, heading up in the direction down here somewhere. Okay, well, I think this is a tricky signal area. And these lines.
Alright, seems like the gremlins live in the Molawati, but for now we have managed to find a leopard. Tortoise, however, a leopard indeed. And it's actually quite a big one. I'm going to try and stand next to it, so just to give you guys of an idea for size reference. And excuse my very bright green socks. Hello. Now I'm not going to pick it up because I'm just going to stress it, but if you look shoe-wise, it's almost the size of my shoe. Very big leopard tortoise. Hello, are you hiding there? Okay, we won't stress you out, although I think you're going to have quite a nice day heading in that general direction. Right, we came down towards roughly the lodge area, Galago Pan and so on, just to obviously go back and check up on that leopard. Now, there were some tracks heading this way, but then nobody managed to find anything else. It seems it, again, in leopard fashion, went into the drainage line. So I just want to double check. This is a good time of the day for leopards to move around. As Tristan would say, I've got that leopardy feeling this afternoon. So I'm hoping I'll be right at some point, but we're definitely going to be checking very carefully as to what might be here. And those are not leopard tracks, but they looked somewhat similar. Now let's see. Hopefully there'll be someone around. Huh, there you are, birds. When I was looking for one of you, you weren't even here. Naughty. Alright, I know Hukumuri was found along this drainage, and I think Byron had him or left him coming into this particular area a few days ago. And I'm not too sure if the tracks that they found around here, if they were for a male or a female, as it seems there was some confusion on the radio. But we're going to check nonetheless, see if maybe we can come across some tracks, perhaps either across some spots, as we haven't had our spots for the day yet, so I'm sure some people might be having withdrawal syndromes. I certainly am. I haven't seen leopards for a few days now, although there have been some leopards seen, so fingers crossed we'll be able to find a leopard today. Is that a squirrel? No, that's not a squirrel. Those are the Aramark babblers calling in the distance. Easy way to confuse me. Now let's see. I'm hoping that at the top of the hill. Ooh, I'm having trouble maneuvering around with the sun in my face. And while we search, let's head back to Tristan, who's at the back of Chitwa Dam.
Behind Chitwa Dam wall. So I came this way not because we wanted to give our surprise away, but because I thought maybe if Tingana did come towards Chitwa, that this would be a place that he would like to go. It's so peaceful and quiet and shady and
relaxed down here that I suppose for an older male leopard this would be the perfect place just to take it easy and enjoy the afternoon and just get out of the sun a little bit. So we came in here just to have a little look around. It just so happens to be the same place where Boo and Hosanna had their little interaction, and so we will open our envelope shortly. But I just want to, maybe some of you will remember, we did a couple of sort of segments where we just sat here and we just enjoyed what was going on, and we looked at a lot of the insects and things, and just how different this area looks now compared to earlier on in the year when we had, you know, less rain. It's far denser than what it was. We've got a lot more green vegetation that's come up. You can see the grasses have stood up a little bit more and are a lot longer. Surprisingly, not nearly as much water though. I would have thought there would have been more water behind here after the recent rains, but it obviously drains very, very well, and so it doesn't quite have more water in it, but definitely a lot more vegetation. But I absolutely love this spot. It's one of those places where I think if I ever wanted just to sit and read a book, this would be where I would go. I think I would come into this area and just kind of get a book, chill, and sit under the shady trees and watch what goes on. There's lots of little interesting things that happen behind here. A lot of our more shy, secretive bird species are in this area, and it's a great place to do a bit of birding. I wouldn't be surprised if we turn out a rare bird at some point behind here, one of the very rare ones. So something like maybe an African crake or a corn crake. You might even get something like ballions or spotted crake if you were very, very lucky. But it's a really very cool place. Jen, you say it's got such nice lighting. It is beautiful in here. It's one of, like I say, one of the best places in terms of lighting, as Ferg is so cleverly demonstrating with all of his maneuvers of the camera. But you get this kind of light that just flows along, and because of the greenness of the grass that's here and the trees, they filter it through, and it kind of gets this soft, dappled golden light that comes through here. And like I say, it's a wonderful place to just stop and enjoy nature. It's a place where sometimes you don't see a lot of animals, but it's not really that kind of area. It's more a place just to enjoy what's going on and just to take in the subtleties of how epic nature can be. Good, but let's see if we can try and find Tingana. I suppose I should also open this envelope at some point. A nice little dappled light through the trees, a couple of bush willows and tambutis that are obscuring the sunlight at the moment. It almost looks a bit dreamy, doesn't it, Fergus? I think so.
Sleeping.
Was you sleeping? That's how dreamy it was, Fergus. It's very dreamy that you even fell asleep. Right, well, we'll open our envelope and see what's inside it. We might as well, because no sign of Tingana at all. And Tingana seems not to be right here, but we'll go and try and find him. I'm sure he's not far. He was seen at about 1 o'clock, I believe, crossing into Chitwa, so he should be around somewhere in this area. Right, Kirsty. Here we go. What did Kirsty get us? Oh, Kirsty, this is the best thing ever. We can have lots of fun with this. Hold on, we've got to try and get it out of its packaging first before we do anything. But now I can drive. Have I got a little note as well, Kirst? Excellent. Hold on. I didn't even know. Well done, Kirsty. You guys have done a very good job. I'm very impressed. Yay, you accomplished Safari Search TM. We're all proud of you. Handshake, Fergus. Well done, sir. Fergus has had a tough afternoon, so I'm glad that we've got to the end of this and that everything is okay and all is good. In that, Fergus? I'm going to be doing that all afternoon. This is going to be fun. Every time I find an animal, I think I'm going to blow on our little... What is it called even? Does it have a name? No, it doesn't have a name, Kirsty. What should we call it? We need to call it something. We can stick this in our hat as well. Oh, that's exciting news. So while I'm messing around and playing around with all kinds of things, let's send you back across to Ali, who I believe has found what we've all been looking for in the form of a spotted kitty.
So excited, yay! There is a leopard right in front of us. I think it might be Thamba. We haven't been able to have a proper look at it. And just as we came around, those were alarm calling, and then they obviously had spotted this beautiful cat walking through. I'm super happy that we finally got the spots. The leopardy feeling was right all along. Very, very exciting. Whew, where are you going? You're going into an area that's a little bit hard to follow. But, okay, you can stop moving at any point now. I think we're going to have to go around the other way. It gets a little bit thick here, but he's following a game path, so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to follow him. Maybe around here, actually, won't be that bad. Let's see. It's okay. Woo. Very, very excited. Woo, woo, woo. Ooh, this tree has gotten me before. I've got permanent scars now from buffalo thorns. Now this is an interesting way of driving. Alright, sorry everyone, I just need to sit on a box to make sure that that tree doesn't get me. Alright, Byron seems to have been able to find the Styx Pride as well, and he's spending some time with them. I'm just going to wait for this youngster to move into an area that's less hard for us to follow, and then we'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, wonderful, Ellie. That's a nice surprise. Now we have got the Styx Pride, one of the lionesses lying on the banks here. It is still very, very hot and very humid, even down in this drainage line, in this dry riverbed. Have a look, the rest of the Pride is over here. Now this is wonderful, because I haven't seen the Styx Pride properly for quite some time. I saw them once on Cheetah Plains while on Safari Live. But before that, I remember seeing the Styx Pride for the first time in about 2009, because they used to be quite dominant on Mala Mala, and they used to come onto Londolozi a little bit. But the Styx Pride, they haven't been that successful. The numbers have diminished quite a bit. They've had quite a hard time, I think, from those years back then. Hopefully they do a little bit better. Always nice to see some lions. Now, something I find fascinating is right above us, and I don't think you'll be able to see them because they literally are right above us in the canopy of the tree. But there are vervet monkeys sitting up there. It's a bit difficult. Thanks for your... Now, the vervet monkeys have not made a sound. The lions are below them. The lions have moved around a bit. But the monkeys are not making a single sound. No alarm call at all. Which is interesting. Usually, I mean, we always think, well, the monkeys and baboons will alarm call when they see a predator. These lions are lying right under the tree, and the monkeys are dead quiet. So that is interesting behavior. I'm not sure if they realize the lions aren't a threat down at the bottom, and that they're just resting here. I'm not sure, but it's very interesting. Ravi, you say thank you for showing your cats on Cat today. Oh, of course. It's always wonderful to see these big cats and spend some time with them. I must be honest, I really don't mind being patient with lions and sitting and waiting, because you never know. I have sat with lions like this before, where they're fast asleep and people think they're not going to do anything, and all of a sudden an impala or a nyala or something comes wandering through, doesn't know the lions are there, and they're up in a flash and they catch it and we see a kill. It's actually happened 2 or 3 times with me in the past. So I'm going to sit here for a while. While we do that, Ali has got a better view of that leopard. Let's go find out who that leopard is.
We do, and it seems that he's made it a little bit easier for us, and he's come lie in an area that's a little bit more open. Now, I'm not too sure what he found in there, because I can't really see, but it sounds like he's crunching something. So I wonder if perhaps he hasn't been able to find a tortoise in there. Oh, seems like we all agree that this is Thamba, and this is only the second time ever that I've managed to find him. So I am even beyond happy, because it seems that Thamba is the one that always gets away. We all have that one leopard, and I feel like Thamba is that one for me. And it's probably because I think he's so pretty that he's just like, no, the girls think I'm pretty, I'm just gonna run away. But you are a stunning cat. He is looking a little bit on the skinny side, as in he hasn't had a very, very good fat meal for a little while, but I'm sure he'll be fine. He was stalking the herd of impala, and when we first found him, he was looking quite grumpy at the fact that the impala had spotted him. He got so close to them that I'm actually feeling a little bit sorry. Well, now that you're walking like that, you have been eating well, though. Good boy. Such a stunning cat. Now, I doubt that his tracks are the same ones that we had far away, but I think it could have been this one, the one that came from the south. And the reason why I'm saying is is the tracks that we had earlier on today belong to a female, and Thamba is very well known for having very big paws. So that's why I'm tempted to think that perhaps there's another leopard somewhere on the property, or at least there was one somewhere else. Where you go? Spotner, you're wondering what the differences between lion and leopard tracks are. Well, size is the main difference between the two of them. Obviously, lion tracks are much, much bigger, and it almost seems like leopard tracks, the toes are, I almost find them a little bit more roundy than the ones of the lions when I look at tracks, but that's just one of my ways to ID them. And it seems like between the back pad and the front pad for leopards is a little bit, there's less space in between the toes and the pad. But other than that, the main difference is just really size. They've got very, very similar tracks with the 3 lobes at the back, and then because they've all got retractable claws, and you don't get to see the claws all that much, or at all, unless they step in very soft sand. Oh, okay. We're going to try and get through here. At least he's walking on the road now. Alright, don't attack me. Senzo, will you be fine there? Okie dokie. Off we go. Nice. I love it when we go for a stroll with the leopards. It's my favorite time of the afternoon. Just when you go and they're moving around, and what a difference between a young boy who's hungry and has to survive by himself. He's not resting like the lions are. He's moving, he's looking for food, and like I said, when we found him earlier on, he was actually stalking the impala, and I feel sorry for him because he had gotten so close. He was virtually about maybe 5 meters away from the impala until somebody caught him and gave his position away, because they all started alarming and they all started letting him know that he had been spotted. So I'm sure he's been at it for quite a while. Peyton, you say you never grow tired of seeing these ears. Well, I don't either. I think they've all got something about them, and I'm very happy that he's around. We have a suspicion that perhaps the other leopard that was around when Hukumuri was here, and I don't know if he was successfully identified as Djuma, but we were thinking that maybe it was Thamba, just because of where he was found that afternoon. So it could be him. I, for one, am very happy that he's around, and I would really like it if he could stay in this area, him and Hosanna. I don't really want them to go anywhere. I know it's part of their natural process to disperse and move on to different territories from where they were born. However, I think we can all be a little bit selfish and just say that we want to spend as much time with them as possible. Now look at his face of like, yuck, I don't want to step on the mud. Ooh, 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 that's wet. Ugh. Shame, that's not ideal, is it? Ah, picking up something there, are we? Now he's gone alert. You see his ears are both pointing in the same direction. He hasn't moved. I think maybe he heard something. Nope. Okay. Perhaps not worth pursuing. Definitely picking up also some scents. What you smelling there? Who's been here? Now it could be that he's picking up the scent of another leopard. If he does do the Flemen grimace, then it could be that he's trying to identify that particular individual. But in this case, because he didn't quite do that, I think maybe he's picking up the scent of a potential prey species. So it could be anything from a hare to perhaps a duiker, steenbok, an impala, a small nyala. Could be a few different things. Alright, off we go. Following you. It is very funny, even leopards with tracks. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. I'm just gonna wait for him to go a little bit further up, because we're gonna need some momentum to get up the hill, and I don't want to go too quickly. Right, while we wait to get to the top of the hill, let's head to Byron, who's enjoying the company of the lions.
I am indeed. However, it is incredibly hot and humid down here. I can't believe how hot it is. I would have thought it would be cooler down in the drainage line, but it doesn't feel like it at all. If anything, it feels warmer. Whew, really sweating here. Kirst says I should use my umbrella. It's not the sun that's bothering me though, Kirst. It's just the sheer heat. Now these lions, as I thought, I remember when we started, I said I don't think they're going to move anytime soon. And that's why it was a great idea to do that little treasure hunt first and come to the lions. Maybe get them when it starts getting a bit cooler and they decide to. That would be nice. That would be wonderful. And it's so funny, whenever the weather's kind of like this, that high humidity, that you tend to hear the European bee-eaters a lot. They fly around and they call above us. I can hear them at the moment. I can't see any. Often they're so high. And it's difficult to spot them in the light, but I can hear them. They are flying above us. And again, I'm still amazed. These monkeys, there are about 3 or 4 monkeys above us that I can see that are just looking at the lions, but not interested. Deadhead Tom, you asked, who do I think asks better questions, guests or Safari Live viewers? Oh, well, I mean, Deadhead Tom, it's got to be Safari Live viewers, obviously. I think, you know what the wonderful thing is with the Safari Live viewers, and what I've really enjoyed about being part of Safari Live is I've been guiding for a long time, but you still constantly learn things. You're still always learning and picking up little things. And people who view the show regularly ask different questions, things that don't come up often on a short safari. So I really enjoy getting the different questions from all the Safari Live viewers. I must be honest. But it is. You know, I enjoy both. I always love having guests around, entertaining them and driving in the bush. And you can appreciate so much more when you are on the vehicle, I think. And, yeah, like I said, I've got some lovely trips planned with guests this year. And some viewers. Lisa and her husband, they're coming down. We're going to Cape Town also. They're doing Chitwa, Londolozi, Cape Town. Christine and I are going to see the gorillas in Rwanda. I'm looking so forward to that. We're going to have a wonderful trip up there. So Rwanda for gorillas, and then off to Londolozi afterwards. So that's going to be a really exciting trip. So we've got some fantastic trips planned already for this year. I'm going to sit here a little bit longer. We'll just see how these lions do in the next 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. Let's go back to Ali with that young male leopard Thamba.
Now, it's interesting because we had him smelling the bushes earlier and, well, more towards the grass, and I think that was a prey, but I think now he's picking up the scent of another leopard. There we go. So just judging by height and the way that he's been smelling all the branches in there, that's a good leopard height. And you see that face, that almost like snarl that he's doing. He's not growling or anything at us, but what he's doing is trying to force all the smells and all the hormones that are left in there to go up to the top of his palate, so that the organ that is nested up there, the Jacobs' organ, can decipher who it is that was here and what type of message did they leave. So if there was a female leopard coming around here, she could have rubbed her head against these bushes to mark her territory. If there was a male, a territorial male, he would have also done the same, roughly at the same height at where Thamba is smelling. So I think he's just trying to figure out who it is that's been around here. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's picking up the scent of the Hukumuri male, because he wasn't too far from here when Byron had him the other day. So I think maybe Thamba's just gathering a bit of information as to what's been happening in this area and who's been around. You see, he's still doing that snarl, but that's called the Flemen grimace. So it's not really a snarl. It's not necessarily a form of aggression. He's just trying to figure out the puzzle that is clearly in this quarries. You see,